Good afternoon, Britain. It is 41 minutes past 1, and we're going to take you to space. Why? Well, for the last 9 months, 2 astronauts have been stranded up there in low Earth orbit. They were only meant to be there for 8 days, and yet a malfunction meant they were stuck there for a gestation period.
Quite an ordeal, I would say. I can't imagine going anywhere for thinking I'm only going to be there for 8 days and ending up being there for 9 months. But it has given us a nice excuse to transform our studio into a spectacular array of the cosmos.
Absolutely. No, we love to see it. And indeed, here in our new space studio is the astronaut and entrepreneur Per Wimmer. Per, thanks so much for being with us today. Firstly, this is an unusual story. I mean, we expect space travel is dangerous, but I suppose at the heart of this is a story of precaution and safety.
Absolutely, and first and foremost, I feel very much at home here, so thank you for having space behind us. This is great. But yes, when it comes to rockets, it's always difficult in the beginning. It is truly rocket science. So therefore, the Starliner, the new Boeing rocket, was the first time it was going to go up. And yeah, lo and behold, 5 of the thrusters didn't work. There's 28 of them, and 23 is kind of enough to get there and also get back, which we saw because it did come back safely. But as a precaution, we didn't want to jinx it. So they have more work to do at Boeing.
So did someone at Boeing just get things terribly wrong? Will there be a blame game at play here?
No, it's quite normal that there's some hiccups, particularly in the early days of a new rocket. But fortunately,
so no one's getting the sack?
No one's getting the sack, I think. I mean, they're already a bit over budget and stuff, so they got their own problems to deal with. But fortunately, there was a rescue rocket ready, courtesy of SpaceX and the Falcon 9, which is a true workhorse. It's actually done 134 missions last year. One of them had a little hitch, but otherwise it was successful, all of them. So we have a good backup, and that's the one they are riding back on today.
Now, how will it have been for these 2 astronauts up in space for the course of the 9 months? Of course, when you go up into space, you sort of have to prepare yourself not only physically, but mentally for such a sort of strange experience. What will these 2 astronauts have been feeling?
Well, first and foremost, going up for 8 days and ended up getting 9 months. Some people might say that's very concerning and you know, did I leave the kettle on at home or whatever? They are actually quite happy about it. As an astronaut, you want to be more time in space, not less. So they have been absolutely thrilled, no doubt.
Really? So it's probably a treat for them that they were there for so much longer.
It is a treat, and specifically to Sunny, actually. By being up there for that long, she actually set the world female record for being out of the ISS, i.e. doing EVAs, for more than a totality of 62 hours. That's a world record for female. So she got that extra benefit she can come back to Earth and brag about.
Now, this is, of course, we're sort of entering a new era of space exploration. I mean, it seems that we have rapid rocket development, not least with SpaceX. Whenever there's a new test flight of the Starship, we love to show them, and we also do enjoy seeing them exploding. But this is really a sort of new era of access to space.
100%. We're sort of at the cusp of a new dawn of space that creates a lot of excitement, akin to the Apollo era, when we were all glued into the television watching what was going on. Now private space is coming in, bringing innovation, lots of capital, lots of new ideas, and therefore cheap access to space, and that means more.
And this is what you're part of?
And that's what I'm part of, yes. So I'm a space advocate, I'm an astronaut, and I'm very excited about this development. And I think the public and the private sector together are much stronger than just the public sector alone.
And you're going on another trip soon, are you?
Absolutely. End of next year, I'm heading up to take a closer look at these stars, and I can't wait.
And what do you need to do to prepare? So
space training includes many things. First and foremost, centrifuge training, where you're spinning around a bit like James Bond in Moonraker. Quite exciting. I've flown fighter jets, both in America, and also I've flown MiGs at an altitude of 80,000 feet, Mach 3. And also importantly, I've done the Vomit Comet, as they call it, the zero-G flight, where you go up to 16K and then you nosedive down, you accelerate on the way down, creating weightlessness. So you have the feeling of being in space, floating around, just like it is when you're up there.
The vomit comet. No, as a child, I always wanted to be an astronaut.
Oh, yes?
Yes. I don't think I have the skills. I get motion sickness in the back of the car.
Well, soon it'll be available. Soon it'll be available to all of us. I hope. Well, Per Wimmer, best of luck for your trip at the end of next year, and I hope you don't get stuck up there for 9 months, even though you might enjoy it if you did.
And when you come back,
much.
tell us all about it, please.
100%.
Yes, thank you
I'll see you in
so much.
space.
Well, there you
Great
go.
stuff. Well, if you're in search of perhaps not the stars, but the sun, here's a